Myself Rajendra Asiri. I am assistant professor in computer science department at Government Bangad PG College, Daytona. In the previous lecture, we have discussed various concepts of cryptography. We have discussed cryptography basic, how to do symmetric cryptography, how to perform encryption and decryption, various type of cipher, how to convert a plain text into a ciphertext with the help of various different cryptographic technique. All these we have discussed. We have discussed mono-alphabetic and polyalphabetic ciphers, stream and block cipher we have discussed in the previous lecture. Clear? And the general perspective of crypto system already we have discussed. In a crypto system there are five components. We should have plain text. In the output it will be generated in the form of ciphertext. To perform this we require a key, and at the sender end the encryption algorithm, and at the receiver end decryption algorithm is required. So all these five components in combination form comprise a crypto system, right? So there are various type of crypto system like Fistel structure, DES, data encryption standard, triple DES. As the name implies, triple DES is a combination of three DES. First we are performing encryption, then decryption, and then again we are performing encryption, right? So this is called as what? Triple DES. Then in symmetric cryptography we require private key. A single key is required for both sender and receiver. Means sender and receiver both are using same key. In case of asymmetric cryptography, or also called as public key cryptography, we require at the sender private key, and at the receiver we require at the sender we require public key, and at the receiver we require private key, right? So with the help of public key we perform encryption in public key cryptography, and at the receiver end we require private key of the sender, right? Why private key of sender is required at the receiver? Because the message is encrypted with the public key of the sender, right? Then in the upcoming lecture we will put some light on digital signature, how to perform authentication. So there are various strategies to perform authentication, to ensure authentication, like Kerberos is there, X.509 certificate registry key is there. Then how to perform security on application layer, transport layer, and network layer. All these concepts we will discuss in the upcoming lecture. So now in today's lecture, first I'm just revising what is symmetric key cipher, or how to generate a symmetric key cipher. So I'm just picking a marker. Suppose sender wants to send a message. Message is in the form of plain text, right? So this is our original message. We want to transmit this message in a insecure manner, insecure channel to the receiver, right? With the help of insecure channel. So this plain text needs to encrypt it, or needs to make secure with the help of some algorithm. So the algorithm name is what? Encryption algorithm. Now encryption algorithm require one input is plain text, and the another input is what? Key. Now here I have written a line, shared secret key. Shared secret key means, since the algorithm or the cipher is symmetric key cipher, it means at both sender and receiver we are using same key. That's why it is called as shared secret key, right? So here, and with help of encryption algorithm we put plain text and shared secret key. Both these input will be given to plain text, and the result will be ciphertext, right? So now our resultant is ciphertext. This ciphertext will be transmitted in insecure channel, right? In insecure channel. Now at the receiver the input is coming what? Ciphertext, right? Now we require what? Plain text. Bob is the receiver which want the or message in this form in which Alice has sent. So Alice sent plain text. So at receiver Bob also want what? Plain text, right? But we have received at the receiver end the message in the form of cipher, right? It is a cipher. because it is encrypted, right? So we need to convert this ciphertext, this encrypted message, into a plain text. So again reverse mechanism is applied. Whatever mechanism we applied at sender, just reverse is applied here at receiver. So decryption algorithm, in decryption algorithm we are putting what, ciphertext as input, and shared secret key will be used to decrypt this message, to convert this message into original form. So by applying decryption algorithm on ciphertext and shared key combination, it will generate in output plain text again, right? So in this manner, plain text we transmitted at sender end, encryption with help of encryption, ciphertext generated. And now one very important point is there, that there are two channels. One channel is for the ciphertext transmission. Since ciphertext is in the now in the secure form, if it is seen by the hacker or by intruder or by any attacker, then ciphertext can be seen. But if user attacker is known ciphertext, then also he or she attacker is not able to decode it, right? Because attacker doesn't have key, right? Or now here, how to ensure the security of the key, secrecy of the key. So here we are transmitting using the same key, but same key, we are using same key means both sender and receiver using same key. So sender is using secret, shared secret key. Now this secret shared key should be used by receiver also, clear? So this should be transmitted in a secure channel. Secure key exchange channel is there. One is secure channel, one is insecure channel. So ciphertext can be seen by the attacker, but we need to ensure the secrecy of the key, secrecy of the secret key, right? Now here in symmetric crypto system, in this lecture we are mainly focusing on DES, data encryption standard. The full form is DES, data encryption standard. Now in every encryption algorithm there are two main ingredients should be given as input. One input is the message, or now message can be in the form of two form. First is stream form, or second is block form. Block means collection of alphabet, collection of text, clear, fixed size. So now in case of DES, data encryption standard, the block size is fixed and the standard size is 64-bit. Means if our message is suppose 87 bit, right? The first 64-bit will be first block and remaining will come in second block, clear? So remaining are suppose 64, 87 minus 64, suppose 23 are 23 are remaining, right? So 23 plus some extra bit, clear? Some extra bit will be, filler bit will be put in order to make the second block size also 64 bit, right? So block size should, we should make 64 bit, 64 bit, 64 bit, 64 bit. In this manner we will divide the whole message in a form of block, right? Next very important part of the encryption algorithm is key. Now in case of DES, key size is 56 bit, right? So two things are very important. Block size is 64 bit and key size is 56 bits, right? Now in triple DES, second symmetric crypto system is triple DES. In triple DES, we are performing three algorithm, right, in sequence manner. First, we are just doing encryption of the plain text. Clear. We are having a plain text of the in the form of block size. So just putting a marker. Block size will be 64 bit. So first we are doing what, encryption, clear, first step. Now whatever output is coming, we are applying on that what, decryption, clear? And whatever output is coming on this, we are applying what, again encryption, right? So here block size will be 64 only, but key size will be triple to the DES key size. In DES key size is 56, in triple DES it will be 3 times 56, 3 times, it means 168 bits. So block size is 64 bit and key size will be 168 bits in case of triple DES, right? Now next algorithm is IDEA. IDEA is also a symmetric crypto system. Symmetric crypto system is at sender and receiver same key will be used for encryption as well as decryption, right? Now the full form of IDEA is International Data Encryption Algorithm, right? Now in case of IDEA, the key size, the key size is 128 bits, and it is generally used in email encryption. And in email encryption we are using PGP. PGP stand for pretty good privacy protocol, right? AES, AES stand for advanced encryption standard. Now AES is also a symmetric crypto system. In AES, block size is 128 bit and key size is having some choices. It is in the form of it is in even bit, but it can be 128 bit, it can be 192 bit, or it can be 256 bit. So any of these can be a key, right? We can use with block size 28, we can use key size 128 also, we can use key size 192 bit also, and we can use key size of 256 bit also, right? So now we are discussing a symmetric crypto system, and the structure is which is used in DES, data encryption standard. The popular structure name is Fistel cipher structure. Means how the internal processing is going on while using a DES to convert a plain text into cipher text. Plain text size should be in the form of blocks of size 64 bit, and key should be of the size of 56 bit, right? So in Fistel cipher, two formula are very important. We are just converting our message in the form of blocks. In block there are various bits are there, so 64 bits are there. So leftmost bit, ith leftmost bit will be feeded with the previous I minus oneth rightmost bit. So in the previous step, whatever the rightmost bit, clear, that will become now in the current step, that will be now leftmost bit, clear. So ith step leftmost bit will be previous I minus oneth step rightmost bit, right? I minus oneth rightmost bit will be given to ith step leftmost bit. Now what will be R of I? R of I will be previous step I minus oneth step left bit XOR function. It is a function, Fistel function is there. In functional function there are two ingredient, one is key and one is the previous R minus oneth step bits, and k of I, both these applied in a function, and the output will be XOR with the Li minus 1, and the resultant will be given to R of I. So again summarizing, L of I will be, the value will be R of I minus 1, and R of I will be XORed of what? L of I minus 1, and function, a function which required R of I as well as k of R of I minus 1 and k of I function, right? So in this manner we can generate ith, I plus 1th step, I plus 2th step, and so on, right? Until the message is converted into a ciphertext, right? Now the internal structure, pictorially we can understand the structure. So there are 16 round, clear. In case of Fistel structure there are 16 round, and in every round there are various steps done internally, right? So in one round, what are the various step to is performed in single round of a DES encryption algorithm? So that are listed here. See, so suppose our message is divided in a 64-bit block, right? And 64-bit block is further divided in two part, two halves. First half is 32 bit, that is L I minus 1, I minus this is I minus 1th step, and this is ith step. Clear? So in one round I am explaining here. R I minus 1. So 32 bit is the left part and 32 bit in the right part. Two part are there, and both will be a block of 32 bit, right? So now see, left part, right part. Now in the previous page I just said that L of ith step left part will be equal to previous R of I minus 1. R of I minus 1 is directly going into what? L of I. Clear? And current R of I is equal to XOR of what? Previous Li minus 1. Previous Li minus 1 to coming. See, again I am explaining previous Li. This is the first part. XOR of what? Function. So this is the function. This is the function. Full function is there. So function I am explaining. In a function, R of I minus 1 is given input to the permutation. It is called as E table or expansion table. Permutation is done and it will be expanded from 32 bit into 48 bit. Now XOR will be done, and again the output will be 48 bit only, because in XOR there is no destruction of the bits. Now substitution or choice S box is there. It will again shrink the message from 48 bit into 32 bit, right? Now permutation is done, rearrangement will be done. Now 32 bit message will be given, will be the output, right? So this is the function. In a function we are performing three steps. First step is expansion, XOR, then substitution, and after that permutation is done. So the resultant will be given. So the function, in the function the input is R I minus 1 and resultant is the after the permutation 32 bit. So this will be given in the XOR. First is L I minus 1. The resultant of function is given to the XOR. So two inputs are there. First is function output, second is Li minus 1. Both these two will be done XOR, and the resultant will be given to R of I. In this manner we can perform. Now how to perform, how to generate key? Here in the function we are using what? If you notice, here we are using what? Key of what? How much size? 48. That's why we converted over 32 bit message with the help of expansion technique in 48. So 48 bit XOR will be done, and then resultant will be given to S box. Now how to generate key? So for key is of what? How much size? 56. So key is divided in 28. It was message was of 64, so 32, and here 28. Clear? Left shift will be done, right? Left shift will be done for both, and here we are doing our permutation or contraction permuted choice. After the permutation, whatever result is coming, that will generate a key, and key is given to the function in XOR step, right? In this manner we will be generating Ci and Di from the key step, and Li and Ri will be the message step. Clear? So this is one round. So in this manner we will perform the total 16 round is there. So in every round the message will be enhanced, or S box will be used to further shrink the message. So in this manner tight security is provided in Feistel cipher structure. So it is not easy to crack. Clear? 56 bits are there in a key. It means total possible combination. One bit is required 2 possibility, 2 bit required 4 possibility. So 56 bit in a key require 2 power 56 possible combination. So it is very tough to crack Feistel cipher structure or data encryption standard. Clear? That's all from this lecture. In the next lecture we will understand some new concept in cryptography. Thank you.